Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures in Storytime. I'm Miss Allen and I'm coming to you from the Story Tower at Billings Public Library. I'm excited for this week's story time. A little sad that we aren't doing it together because it's one of my favorites with you guys, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it anyway. So before we start talking about stories, let's sing our opening song. Are you ready? Two little hands go clap, clap, clap. Two little feet go tap, tap, tap. Two little fists go thump, 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 and two little feet go jump, jump, jump. One little child turns round and round, and one little child sits quietly down. Right, so before we talk about what our theme is this week, because if you watched last week, I couldn't remember what it was, so we talked about it being maybe a secret for both of us. Now I'm super excited to do it, but before we talk about it, we should talk about our letter of the week. Do we know what letter this is? Maybe it's better like this. No, it's definitely better like this. Anybody know what letter that is? That is a Z for zero and zoom and zoo. So our stories today are about some animals. Most of us will probably only see at the zoo. Let's talk about what else. What else about these animals? They're black and white. And they waddle. Penguins! So our letter Z, we are going to talk about penguins today. Kind of sad because I love watching you guys waddle when we do a I'm a Little Penguin song. But I hope that you waddle it home for me. Let's do our first book. This one's called Penguins. It's a science reader written by David Solomon. Aren't those cute? Do you see two penguins? And then there's a bunch of them in the background. So this one's going to help us learn about penguins. If you go to our February, because it's February now, if you go to our February virtual tower, there's a great video with some penguins. So it is spring in Antarctica. A mother penguin swims to a snowy island. She spends many months in the ocean, but her winter trip is now over. She walks to her nest. It's made of small rocks. Her mate has been waiting for her there. The place where penguins live is called a colony. There are 17 different kinds of penguins. Some live far away in hot weather. Mother and her mate are chin strap penguins. Do you see under their neck, they kind of have a black line that makes them look like they have a chin strap on? She and her mate will try to have chicks. Ha ha, ha ha ha, they sing. I've never heard a penguin sing. I've seen some penguins before at a zoo, but I've never heard them sing. It's very hard to raise two chicks. Can they do it, do you think? Everyone loves penguins. What type of animal is a penguin? Do you know? Is it a bird? Is it a mammal? That's something we should study, huh? Penguins swim in the sea. Are penguins fish? No, they're birds. But they cannot fly. They do have wings. They do not have wings. Penguins have, what are those right there? Flippers. They use their flippers to dive and swim. Penguins dive to catch their food. They eat fish and krill. Krill are like shrimp. They swim in the ocean. Penguins swallow them, as many of them at once. Penguins walk with two short legs. They have their chicks on land. After a few weeks, mother lays 2 eggs. Next, father takes over. He warms the eggs under his body. Mother is hungry. She goes to the ocean with her female friends. They look for krill. About 10 days later, 10 whole days, she returns to the nest. It's now her turn to sit on the eggs. The chicks are growing inside the eggs. They stay in the eggs for 35 days or so. So that's a little over a month. The chicks are ready to hatch. They break open the eggs from inside and they beg for food. Not much different than other babies, are they? Both chicks are under mother. Watch out, a skua. The scary bird tries to grab a chick. Do you see her opening her beak? Does she steal a chick? No, mother shoos her away. Mother and father take turns watching the chicks. For 30 days, one parent always stays with them. The chicks cannot swim, but they're growing taller and heavier. But they can't catch food that they need. Now both parents swim to find more food. The chicks stay with their friends, like little baby chicks. Their parents feed them every day. The chicks grow fast. Their fluffy down feathers will fall out. Then they will grow feathers like their parents. If you look at the very top up here, you can see how a penguin feeds another penguin. Do they have hands? Can they hand it to them? Do they use spoons? No. So the mama penguin, you're going to gross out when I say this. I know you are. The mama penguin chews it up and then she spits it back into the baby's mouth. Would you want to do that? I know I wouldn't. Today is a big day. The chicks enter the sea. Now they will find their own food. Mother and father say goodbye to each other for now. They did it. They were able to raise 2 strong chicks. The chicks will swim in the ocean for almost a year. Then they will return to the same colony. See you next year, penguins. Isn't that weird that they leave for a whole year and then they come back? Makes you appreciate your parents who stick around, huh? Alrighty, so we're gonna sing I'm a Little Penguin. This is to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. So we're gonna be cute. Can you be cute? I know you could be cute. Maybe you fluff your cheeks or you smile. Can you be cute? Okay, and then penguins like this. Remember their flap wings, flapped arms at the sides. Very good. They can't fly, but what can they do? They can swim. Can you swim? Very good. And then waddle. That's the part I'm going to miss seeing you guys waddle. Remember when you waddle, you put your feet together, don't bend your knees, and walk like that. There you go. And then we're going to dive into the ocean. Remember? Go swimming in the ocean. Okay, so here it goes. I'm a little penguin, aren't I cute? I'm a bird in a penguin suit. I can't fly, but I love to swim. I'll waddle to the water and dive right in. Good job. Can you dive? Dive. I'm missing your penguin waddles. Alrighty, so our next book is called Turtles Penguin Day. And this is by Valerie Gorbachev. Turtles Penguin Day. One night, Father Turtle read Little Turtle a story about penguins. When Little Turtle fell asleep, he dreamed he was a penguin. He played on the ice, and he dove in the water, and he swam and splashed with the other penguins. Is that like from our story and our song? In the morning, Little Turtle decided he wanted to be a penguin. He put on his red slippers and waddled from side to side. After breakfast, Little Turtle had an idea. He went up to the attic, found his grandfather's black jacket in an old chest, and put it on. Now I look like a real penguin, said Little Turtle, staring at himself in the mirror. Does he look like a penguin? He does. Hurry up, honey, said Mother Turtle, or you'll be late for school. I'm ready, said Little Turtle. You can't go to school in that funny costume, said Mother Turtle. It's not a funny costume, said Little Turtle. I'm a penguin. And then he put the book about penguins into his backpack and waddled outside to the waiting school bus. Can you waddle? Remember, put your hands to your side. There it is. Look at all the animals. Hello, Little Turtle, called the kids on the school bus. Great costume. Thank you, said Little Turtle. I'm a penguin from the South Pole. Mrs. Dog, look, cried the children when they got to school. We have a penguin in our class. Oh my, said Mrs. Dog. Why do you look like a penguin today, little turtle? Look at him, he really does. Because Daddy read me this book about penguins last night, said Little Turtle. I love penguins. I love waddling from side to side like penguins do. I love sliding on my belly like penguins do. I even love to sleep standing up like penguins do, said Little Turtle. Did you know those things a penguin did? We know we talked about them waddling, them sliding on their belly, and of course they would have to sleep standing up. We want to be penguins too, cried all the children. So while Mrs. Dog read to them from the penguin book, they all tried to pass balls to each other using just their feet, the way penguins do with eggs. Remember, they don't have hands. And when they had recess, Little Turtle and his friends slid down the slide on their bellies, pretending they were penguins sliding on the ice. During music time, they all danced a waddling penguin dance. Remember, with their hands to their side, don't bend their knees. These guys are kind of walking. There they are. And at nap time, all of them dreamed penguin dreams. How was school today? Asked Mother Turtle when Little Turtle came home. We had a penguin day, said Little Turtle. It was great. That night, Little Turtle ate his fish-shaped crackers with dinner because penguins love fish. And before he went to sleep, Little Turtle brushed his penguin beak. Even when Little Turtle got into bed, he still pretended to be diving and swimming with his penguin friends. Then Father Turtle brought a new bedtime story to read. This is the story of a little monkey who lives in a beautiful jungle, he said. Really? Said Little Turtle. A monkey? And when Little Turtle fell asleep that night, he dreamed he was a funny little monkey. Uh-oh, what do you think's going to happen tomorrow? You see? He's dressed as a monkey. So this one lists some penguin facts for us. I'm going to see, you know that they don't fly, but they can hold their breath for a long time. They're found by the South Pole, but not all penguins live in the cold. They can be found on the Galapagos Islands, which is near the equator where it's warmer. They huddle in big groups to stay warm. We talked about how they take turns looking over the eggs and what they eat, fish and squid and krill, remember? And they love to play. They like diving and surfing. And there are 17 different species of penguins. Lots to learn from this book. They do a good job of telling us all about penguins. So we are going to put the words up to I'm a Little Penguin. And then when we're finished, we're going to learn a new one called Have You Ever Seen a Penguin? So remember, I want you to be cute, to keep your arms at your side, to swim, to waddle, remember, like this. And then to dive. Alrighty, here come the words. Are you ready? I'm a little penguin, aren't I cute? I'm a bird in a penguin suit. I can't fly, but I love to swim. So waddle to the water and dive right in. Good job. Alrighty, so our next song is called Did You Ever See a Penguin? So this is like, did you ever see him? We've sung it with lots of different songs, but we're going to do this one with a penguin. Are you ready? Okay. Now this one's just going to require you to waddle. Do you remember how to waddle? Okay. Did you ever see a penguin? A penguin, a penguin. Did you ever see a penguin? Waddle this way and that. Waddle this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a penguin? Waddle this way and that. Very good. Alrighty, so our last story is called Sergio Makes a Splash. Do you see him? Does he have swimmies on and an inner tube and a snorkel? And this is by Adele Rodriguez. Sergio makes a splash. This is Sergio. Sergio has a beak, wings, a tail, but unlike most birds, he can't fly. That's right. This says his tail is shaky, his smile is curious, and he's a foot tall. That's not very tall. Sergio is from Argentina, down by the South Pole, where it's real cold. Sergio likes many things, but the three things he loves the most are soccer, fishes, and water. Especially water. When he's around water, Sergio can be relaxed, happy, funny, playful, and silly. All of which makes him thirsty for more water, of course. But sometimes he can be scared of water, especially the very deep kind, because Sergio can't swim. On the first day of school, Sergio and his classmates go on a field trip. The bus stops and everyone hops out. There's water as far as the eye can see. Mrs. Waddle tells the class that they're going to learn how to swim. Sergio's friends are so excited. Sergio's not so sure. "What's wrong?" asks Mrs. Waddle. "I'm scared," says Sergio. "But Sergio, you love rain, puddles, ice, a drink, with ice of course, and a cold bath. The ocean's just like all of those, just a teeny weeny bit bigger. And you know those little fishies you love so much? Where do you think they come from?" "It's scary, but it's just water. It's dark. It's clear. I can't swim. I've got floaties and a snorkel and a life preserver." One by one, all of Sergio's friends begin jumping into the vast ocean below. "Jump in, Sergio. This is fun. Look at all the fishies." Sergio takes a deep breath. He's gonna do it. Maybe it'll be like taking a bath after all. He hops to the edge, closes his eyes, and jumps. But his aim was a little bit off. Oops, boink, yikes, ouch, splash. Sergio plops into the water with a big splash and disappears into the darkness. Sergio's friends and Mrs. Waddle watch and wait and worry. Suddenly, there's another big splash, and Sergio pops out of the water. On the way back to school, Sergio is tired but happy. That was better than the rain puddles, and a cold bath all put together, says Sergio. He can't wait to come back. His teacher asks, "Did you have fun?" "Yes." "Great, next time we'll swim out without the floaties." Sergio will have to think about that. Have you ever been afraid of something? Maybe you're afraid of water. Maybe you're afraid of diving into the pool. You could see that Sergio did it. It was a little difficult, but he had fun and he enjoyed it. Alrighty, so before we do our last song and move on to our flannel board, just want to remind everyone that there's still time to sign up for family reading if you haven't done so. You can head to our website, and the children's page will have links to the Read Squared page where you can sign up for family reading. The directions on there, if you've already signed up for 1,000 books and want to add in a family reading account, it'll show you how to do that. And you're all ready to go. Remember, it's 20 minutes a day for 20 days. You can back log if you've been reading and just forgot to get signed up. And then we'll get you a book bundle ready to go. And you can earning some points, and hopefully you win one of the big prizes. In the coming weeks, we will have a story time with Zoo Montana. I believe it's on the 26th of February, with their gray wolves. And a couple of weeks ago, they did a video for us with their tigers that you can see on our YouTube channel. So make sure that you join in on those. Those are great opportunities to talk about families with your family. And then we'll be doing Valentine's Day story time next week. So a great day to celebrate each other. So let's get started. We're going to put the words up to Did you ever see a penguin? Here we go. Did you ever see a penguin, a penguin, a penguin? Did you ever see a penguin waddle this way and that? Waddle this way and that way, waddle this way and that way. Did you ever see a penguin waddle this way and that? Alrighty, we are back and we are going to do our penguin flannel board. So we've got a penguin. Do you know what this is? You know what this is? Let me turn it so you can kind of see it. What that is? That is an iceberg. It is an iceberg, which is a big chunk of ice in the ocean. I wonder if no, it definitely works, but well, yeah, we'll do it that way because then it looks like that's the deep part of the iceberg in the ocean. And then this is the part that's out of the ocean. There we go. So, you see it? There. So, we have an iceberg and we have a penguin. And our song is going to be The Penguin Went Over the Iceberg. So, if you've ever heard like the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. We're going to do the penguin. First, he's going to go over the iceberg, and then we're going to talk about a couple other directional words. But here we go. You ready? The penguin went over the iceberg. The penguin went over the iceberg. The penguin went over the iceberg to see what he could see. But all that he could see, was the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg was all that he could see. You see anything else over there? But he went over the iceberg. What if we go this way? What is that called? If you go this way to the iceberg, is he going over the iceberg? No, he's going under the iceberg. So we're going to say under when we do our song. You ready? The penguin went under the iceberg. The penguin went under the iceberg. The penguin went under the iceberg to see what he could see. But all that he could see, was the other side of the iceberg. The other side of the iceberg. The other side of the iceberg was the only thing he could see. What if we do this? We just go this way. We go this way. We're not going under. We're not going over. Where are we going? You could say we're going around it. Would we say we were going through the iceberg? No, the only way we could go through the iceberg is if we actually had a hole and we went through the iceberg. This is going around it. So if Miss Allen got up and went around this flannel board walk. Okay, so we're going to do the penguin went around the iceberg. Are you ready? The penguin went around the iceberg. The penguin went around the iceberg. The penguin went around the iceberg to see what he could see. But all that he could see, all that he could see was the other side of the iceberg. The other side of the iceberg. The other side of the iceberg was the only thing he could see. He doesn't see anything, does he? Just more water. So we talked about going over, under, around. But if we had a hole in our iceberg, we could go through it. But we can't do that one. Is there any other ones we could think of? Can't think of anyone. You'll have to let me know if you think another one that we could use for our verse in here, because I can't think of one. But I'm excited for us to do our Valentine's Day one next week. I hope that you all have a lovely week. You waddle around like penguins, and I will see you next week. Alrighty? Okay. On my face I have a nose. On my feet I have 10 toes. I have 2 eyes that I can blink. And here's my head so I can think. I have a chin and very near. I have 2 ears so I can hear. Have 2 arms that reach up high. And with my hands I wave goodbye. See you next time, guys.
Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures in Storytime. We're doing a really cute and easy penguin craft. All of the pieces that you need should be included in your kit. Basically you just need a foam penguin, a piece of string if you'd like one, and then a bunch of little stickers to decorate your penguin, and so that's all you need. We will get started. I have my foam penguin right here. I have a hat, some mittens. These are like little ear muffs. Here's a scarf, and then I also have a snowflake. So I can use all of that to decorate. So we'll get started. I first am going to put down the scarf. So it's up to you how many pieces you use. You don't have to use all of them, but you can if you want. So I'm gonna do mittens, scarf. I haven't quite decided yet, but this is what I have so far. Let's see. Might try and do earmuffs and a hat. Okay, so I think I'll want to hang my penguin from something, so I will use the piece of string. I realize that it's easier to do it in a certain order, so if you'd like to wear your penguin, if you'd like to wear earmuffs, I would put those on first, and then if you decide that you would like to hang your penguin from something, put the string in next. So earmuff, string, and then hat is the best order to do it in, I've discovered. Okay, so he can hang from something if I like a thumbtack or whatever. Let's see how it goes with putting on the hat. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then we can also put hot cocoa on our penguin. And a snowflake. Ta-da! There's my penguin. All right, well, we will see you next week. Bye-bye.